Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talks. I am your host, the Demon Hunter Mess, and with us for the first time is the Fiend, Mikkel. Say hello, Mikkel.
Hello, how you doing?
Super. And also with us is the Tomato Devil, Lad. Say hello, Lad.
Oh, I'm the tomato devil. Fear me.
So
Hello, everybody.
terrifying. And Vlad, you're the one who chose this anime, so you get to do a short summary of what it's about.
Yes, yes, Chainsaw Man. This young man called, if I'm not going wrong, Dingy. Yeah, he's called Dingy. Is a young, not an adult yet. He's a teenager who hunts demon for a living, and he has this small chainsaw demon with him who helps him. And one of his hunts goes wrong. He gets double crossed. He gets fooled into some kind of what's that called, storage place, and almost gets killed. But the small chainsaw demon actually becomes his heart, and then he's reborn as Chainsaw Man. This half man, half chainsaw, full carnage person. Um, there's this corporation that deals in killing devils and demons, where Makima, this female character, is a prominent character in that corporation, and she takes Dingy in on that small deal that he works for them, or else she will kill them, or they will kill him. Yeah, she reveals that they have a major demon hunt for a demon called it's called the gun demon,
Gun
demon
Devil.
devil something. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
that they are hunting, and Denji is put into a team with Aki and who was the other? Power, another demon girl thing that makes weapons with blood. Yeah, they get into some shenanigans and hunt demons, and we slowly get to know these characters as they go on missions.
Yes, alright. And
Yeah.
now I will ask each of you for your very short opinion of the show before we get into the details. So, Mikkel, what did you think about the show?
I mean, first of all, it's really strange when you first watch the first episode, but slowly, as you move on in the story, you actually get used to all the silliness, the character design, stuff like that. But when I heard it was like a chainsaw, man, I was like, that's really strange. But when you follow the story, actually, it actually grows on you and it starts to make sense on you. So, but overall, I think it's a really nice story. I really enjoyed all the slaying of the demons and stuff like that.
Hmm?
Yeah, super. How about you, Vlad?
I liked it. I like the art style. I like the goriness. I really like the gore. It's very, in that regard, it's actually very Kill Bill on how
Yeah.
yeah, how repeatedly they use gore, and it's not, again, it's sometimes when Dingy cuts some demon over, it's just guts and blood everywhere, and
Mm,
again, it's shown in a very artistic way, and it's very beautiful to look at. It has an art style I really like. Again, the story is very basic shonen. Is it a shonen or is it
I think it's a
seinen?
shonen, yeah.
It's a shonen. Okay, the story is very shonen. You know what you get into. It's not that complex. Some
Yeah.
boy needs to kill some demons, and that's it. Again, it's easy to follow, and it's beautiful to look at.
Mm.
Yeah. As for me,
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed it. I think the show has a tendency to get a little slow at times, but all in all, like when it hits really well, and like you already said, the animation is absolutely beautiful, and the action is fun. The characters can go, I think, from being enjoyable to being, some of them have to grow on you. But like all in all, I like the show as well. So
Cool.
let's get to it.
Yeah.
Character analysis. So first we have our best boy, Denji.
Ooh.
So is Denji the best dog in all of Shonen?
Yes, he is. He's
Yeah,
very
he is.
malleable.
Yeah.
He will probably drink out of the toilet to to touch some boobs. And
Oh, he
in that
definitely
way,
would.
he's very. Again, we will get to that more in detail further on in the slides. But yeah, in that way, he really he you get really a good look into, I feel, some teenagers' minds. That
Yeah.
it's that is how it is to be 24/7 hooked on hormones in a teenage body. Well, yeah, you think of all that that dirty stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
in that way, he's, again, now that we are adults, it's very, it's funny to look back at it and think, oh yeah, that was how it was sometimes for me too. Yeah, I was I was a bit horny back then. Again, it's taken to the extreme here. Again, we have it with fantastic characters, but in that way, he's somewhat very relatable.
Yeah, and I think it's funny actually. I wonder how, if I were to watch this as a teenager, how would my experience of this like be as opposed to me as an adult watching it? Because I'm sure it would
Yeah,
be a way different experience.
yeah,
And I think what's striking about Denji now, as far how much I like his character, it actually kind of goes back and forth. I think he can be a bit much at times, but I do
mm,
appreciate that as far as like shonen protagonist goes, that he is very much unique in terms of his like dreams and hopes. Because
mm,
how it usually goes with these kind of protagonists is that they have a goal, which is like the big goal, which either become the pirate king, become the greatest hero, become the Hokage, whatever.
mm,
But with Denji, essentially his goal is essentially like have a decent life and touch some boobs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like those are his two goals.
Yeah.
And I actually appreciate a character that does, first off, does something different than the norm, but also
mm,
that I can kind of relate to it. Like,
mm,
I can relate to the whole like goal, just having a decent life. Like that's a
mm,
sorely relatable goal,
mm.
and especially with how you see how his life was like in the first episode. Like they
Yeah.
do their very best to show that Denji's life is shit.
Mm.
Like it could not be worse.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. When you sleep on a cardboard box, it's you can literally the amount of space to the floor is again a card box width away. So it can't get much worse than that.
I mean, I did. They mentioned that he had to like sell some of his organs and one of his testicles to get money.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jesus. Hmm.
Oh, but actually, that I've again, I haven't sold any of my organs, but sometimes when I was in the gymnasium, the way you remember the scene where he counts the money he made from the job, and
Hmm.
and then he told, oh yeah, minus that, minus that. Oh, we have,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes it felt like, oh yeah, I, I can buy maybe a bag of pasta and that's it.
Hmm.
It really did. Sometimes, yeah, in that way he's very relatable. in his economic situation sometimes.
Mm.
It did feel I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. And so I would say like Denji does work as a main character, but he can be a bit much with his personality. Like I feel bad for Aki actually. Like I would not want to have Denji as a roommate.
No.
Oh,
Oh
yeah, I felt
yeah.
bad for him as well.
Yeah, like that one scene
Him
where
and
he's
Power is too much.
yeah, oh him and
Mm,
Power, yeah, Power even more so actually. I would say, but well, at the same time, they kind of make it
uh,
understandable. Like the reason why Denji is as he is because of the upbringing he has had, or lack of upbringing, you could even say. And also, I would say the fact that
Mm.
he, at the point when, like at the end of the first episode, he stops being human. And I think it's,
mm,
I might be
Yeah,
reaching too much into it, but I think it's pretty, to me, it's pretty clear that having Pochita, that's the chainsaw dog,
yeah,
as his
yeah.
father
mm,
has an effect on his personality as well. Like he actually starts to act more like a dog, like literally, in some of the way
mm.
Mm.
he's acting.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't even think of that he actually acts more like a dog afterwards. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, with Makima as his owner,
Mm,
essentially.
mm. Yeah, yeah. uh,
And oh, one thing I gotta say, like having done this show for many episodes and having seen a lot of anime, I appreciate, by Lord, I appreciate he does not have the anime protagonist look.
oh
No,
yeah,
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean,
No,
yeah.
it's the
he
complete opposite.
Mm,
almost yeah. Like he doesn't have the black hair and the spiky. His hair's a little bit spiky, but not too much. But
Mm.
just the fact that he doesn't have black hair, and already it's
mm,
revolutionary. Honestly.
yeah. Cool.
Hmm.
Good.
So, Vlad, you're the character design guy. Anything you want to add there?
Yeah. I really like the when he goes into. Well, we will touch on that later, but I'll just say here, but I really like his transformation look, his Chainsaw Man look, because it's just uncomfortable to look at. It's just you can't hug that. Again, yes, the man has chainsaw for arms. He can
I think we're going
literally.
to talk about like a demon designs later. So focus on
Yeah, that's
the
why
human
that's why
design
I
now.
was a little yeah, I was a bit hesitant. Well, I don't have anything more to say about Dingy as he is as his human form.
They gave him spiky
Again,
teeth in his human form.
yeah, yeah, but that's I think that's more in again that's his. I don't think he literally have spiky teeth. It's more an anime thing to show his personality.
Yeah, I
If
agree
you
with you there.
understand.
Like they do that
Yeah,
with some
Mm.
characters sometimes,
yeah.
like to show him
Again,
being more like
yeah,
energetic or
if
bombastic.
yeah, yeah, if he was a real person, he wouldn't have spiky teeth. But it's a way to show his personality.
So you think in the eventual live action version he won't have shiny, sharp teeth?
Oh, if he again that depends
I
on
can
who
imagine that.
makes. Yeah, but again, that's always the question: is it Western made live action, or is it
Japanese.
Japanese made? Because sometimes Japanese will go very strict with the source material
Hmm.
and actually do spicy, which is I'm all for that. Again, there's no reason to make them look realistic. As a watcher, you can still look past that and say, oh, that's still a way to show a personality trait.
Hmm.
Yeah.
One other thing you could say about Denji, like you could argue that he's a very innocent character, like in terms of his how he looks at the world. he like
Yeah,
at some
he's.
like at some point there's that other character, what's her name, like Kobeni, I think her name is, the female character, who because they
Oh yeah.
remember the episode where they get trapped in that hotel by the time devil was at
Mm-hmm,
it or
mm-hmm,
something, and
mm-hmm.
the time devil wants them to kill Denji, and the two of them, like Kobeni and that other guy whose name I can't remember,
Yeah.
want to actually kill him, and
Mm,
to escape, of course. But
mm,
once the whole thing is over, Kobeni is feeling like really sad about, oh, I actually tried to murder you and I'm so sorry and all that. But he's like, it's no problem.
mm.
Like he's
Yeah,
very
that.
just goes with the
He's,
flow kind of thing. I don't know.
yeah, in that way, he's very. He's very. What you see is what you get.
Mm.
In that he's not in any way a manipulator.
Like
He
quite the
doesn't.
opposite, I would even say.
Yeah. He's the one who's being manipulated. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um. So yeah, but so yeah, I think it's actually for the better of the show because it's very easy to get into what he thinks
Mm.
again, and I think that's one of the great things about the show. It's not a show you need to think a lot of. You don't need to think a lot of how he feels. Again, he will show it and he will tell it. It's what's most of the thing that are very interesting is all the things that happens around him and how deep the rabbit hole he's going and what is happening down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that Denji doesn't so much like control the plot as opposed to it very much him either like reacting to another character who's doing something, or him just kind of again, reacting to um, another character doing something to him.
Mm-hmm.
Where, for
Yeah.
example, the overarching plot of like kill the gun devil is really not
Yeah.
anything. Like Genji has no personal stakes in that at all. Like the most
No.
he gets out of that is Makima telling him that, oh, you can do whatever you want with me, or I will do you one
Mm.
thing if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kill the gun devil. And he's like, yeah, let's go. It's
Yeah.
everyone around him that have all the personal, like attachment, like Aki, and they killed my family. Going all
Mm.
Sasuke at it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Do you have anything to add, Mikkel?
I mean, have you covered his powers as well? I mean, he's completely indestructible. I mean, he always heal
Mm.
every wound he gets and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm not sure if I like that because he seems like too indestructible. I mean, he heals way too fast.
I
Yeah.
can see what
I
you
mean, he
mean.
We'll
was in
get to that
trouble.
in the.
There
Hmm?
is a caveat
Yeah,
though, in that
yeah,
Hmm?
they say that he needs to drink blood to heal.
yeah.
So
Mm.
without drinking like blood, then he can't heal. But they also, I think they mentioned that he's completely like immortal. So it doesn't matter how much
Uh,
damage he gets, that he won't die. So even if he's just a hit or something, just give him some blood, and then he'll be back.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's like the.
We will get to that slide
We'll get to demon
later,
power
right? Yeah,
slide
we will
at one
get.
point.
Yeah, we will get to that
Yeah.
slide. Well, power. Should we talk about her?
Let's go with
Yeah.
power. So she's interesting because, well, first off, she's demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the blood demon, I do believe,
Mm.
Yeah.
It's.
and she acts very much like uncontrollable. She's like an animal, I would almost say,
Mm,
Mm.
and she has some of the weirdest but also funniest lines in the entire like show.
Mm.
Like I think there's a time where they, like again they're trapped at the hotel that she says she'll be the prime minister, and then she'll have like 100% sales tax or some weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. She used all that time. She planned all the time. She would be stuck in that. It wasn't really a. Again, it was boring, but she thought of that time to. Oh, I can plan of how I will take over the world.
Yeah, and she will like win the Nobel Prize or something. I think she said that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. I actually think for some reason of all the characters, she's the one I like the least.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. Actually, I know why, because it seems like they have that she matches Stingy's power very much,
Mm.
but but just on another track. Again, Dingy is very in that regard very human. He's very close with friends, and he's very protagonistic, good protagonistic. But power is again chaotic neutral in that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
So
aren't they kind of
again,
like then the perfect like matchup then?
no, because they have different way of showing their
Yeah,
bombasticness.
again like yin and yang. Then like two opposites.
Nah, would you call it yin and yang? Because I would more think that Aki is more the other
Yeah.
side of the coin.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like that's
Again,
fair.
they yeah, I think they have the same energy, but for different reasons.
Well, they've both been like told by like Magma that if they don't do what they say, then we will kill you.
Right.
So you can argue they have
Right.
like the same reasons for actually hunting demons or devils, whatever.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
I will say like in terms of if I compare her to Denji, like Power is the more unpredictable character.
Mm.
Like you never really know what the
Yeah.
hell she's about to do. But I actually honestly like her more than Denji, just because I think she's more fun.
Really?
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's fair. Like not to
What do
say
you think about Mikkel? Let
I mean,
throw your thoughts in.
I wouldn't say I hate her. I mean, when she gets a little too much sometimes, but when she's with Denji, I mean, their chemistry together is really funny. I like that, but sometimes, yeah, she's a little too much, and I think yeah,
Mm.
I don't know, because she's too wild sometimes. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, that
But
makes sense. Yeah.
I'm not sure why. She's my least favorite character. I don't know. I'm not sure why.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
It's.
wow the power hate here. Then I will be
Again,
the
it's
power defender.
would you cast a vote for power as a political figure?
That I would not. I think she would bring the
Fine,
nation to its
fine,
knees.
fine. Maybe it's also because I think her design is maybe a bit basic. I
Mm.
don't know. It's a bit basic, but
I mean, she
but
got devil
again,
horns.
yeah, she has devil horns. She's a demon. Whoa. I don't
Dude,
know.
we
It's
need to be able to sell figures of her. You know that's
yeah,
how it
yeah. That's
is.
exactly why, and I think that's the reason. That's also the reason why I'm not particularly fond of her. It's because she's very very pretty in that way that in a way that okay, when Dingy becomes a demon, he's not pretty. He's scary as fuck. And all the other demons we see, they are mystical. They're mystical, scary, or they are harder to relate to.
Some of them look ugly as heck.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. The
You have
bat
some weird
demon,
fetishes, dude.
the fucking bat demon, the big nasty bat. Hell yeah. But yeah, she's again. I wouldn't be. Again, this is just the first season. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, "Oh, this is not her true form."
Mm.
Again, this is not just the form to make her more relatable because her true form is some horrible nightmare infueled shit.
Yeah, I mean, why would the blood demon take the form of a teenage girl?
Mm.
Yeah,
Like, when you think about it.
exactly. Yeah,
So that's probably not her true form. I'm gonna agree with you on that headcanon
Yeah.
there until we know more.
Yeah. So yeah, again, it's so again. This whole show is it's other than the hair or maybe the choice of shoes. It's not a show that I would say, oh, they have immaculate, very detailed, well thought through character designs. Other than the demon designs, they are gorgeous. They do what they need to do. It's a very realistic is maybe not the word, but lack of better words, I will call it. It's very laid back. It's business suits. It's school uniforms. Again, it's 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 you can't get much out of the character designs from what you see most of the times. Again, it's very hard to proper diagnose a character to say, oh, he's like this and oh, he's like this. Again, that's where I can definitely agree with you there, Mikkel, that the chemistry between Power and Dingy is where her character shows very well in the show. Mm. So yeah, the design, I'm not fond of it. Again, she can be a bit much sometimes. But yeah, other than that, she does what she needs to do. She needs to be someone that Dingy can react to in his again on his.
They needed someone so Dingy can be the straight man, in a sense. Like, because
I
whenever Denji is with some other character, like he's the weird one, but when Denji is with Power, then Power is the weird one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can actually be normal, more normal with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, like I want my back to my argument with the whole yin yang thing or whatever we said. Like Denji, we already like agreed like he's the dog, then Power is the cat, and then
Yeah.
Aki would be the owner, maybe I don't know, like looking after them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Power does her own thing like a cat again.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
she does the whole thing like if you look at how she's like how she acts as well, like for example how she's in front of those what are those called, like vending machines for example, how she's just like going closer to it and just staring at it in a way, like she has a very animal behavior.
Yeah, her mannerisms
Yeah,
are
mannerism.
very animalistic. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So and I like that about her character, like the fact that she's not human, so she's not acting human, like she's acting very inhuman.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Also, her relationship with her cat Meowie is adorable.
Yeah.
I love that scene where she kills a cow and then gives like some of the milk to Meowie, and then we
Yeah.
just see
Oh
her
Jesus.
sitting beside the decapitated cow.
Yeah.
It's gruesome, but it's also really funny for some reason.
It's weirdly wholesome.
Yeah.
Very weirdly wholesome.
Mm. And that's the like the ugliest that you will see Power as well when she's like in the dirt and without clothes.
Yeah.
Like you're looking for her in an uglier form. Like that's the best we got.
Yeah.
So should we move over to Aki then?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. So Aki, he is the emotional normal guy in the group. Like really.
Mm.
And that's not. That's only like in comparison to Dingy and Power because even he has his demons to work with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think he works really well as being the leader and the normal guy in the three-man group.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also the one with the mission. like kill the Gun Devil to get revenge for murdering his family. Where Denji and
Yeah.
Power are just like along for the ride in a sense. So
Exactly.
so I think it was a good idea for the author to actually have a character with a clear set goal that can drag the plot like further along.
How do you like Aki, Mikkel?
I mean, when I first saw him, I thought he was gonna be like, like the basic character, like the guy who's just gonna be like silent and be, oh, what are these guys doing, getting lines, stuff like that. But he starts to grow on me, especially with the elevator scene when he's actually showing some character that he actually care about these demons. So I would say halfway he started growing on me, but in the beginning I was like, he's just gonna be like a background character, just trying to get them in line, not really doing anything. But then he starts to grow on me, and he actually got a goal and stuff like that. And you
Yeah.
kind of want to root for him on that point.
And I agree there that like in the beginning he started being kind of like the guy who's like he might be the guy like ruining the fun. Like in a
Yeah,
sense, he might be worried that he's that kind of character, but as you says, he becomes
Yeah.
like a lot more involved, and you get to see a lot more of who he is as a character.
Yeah. I really like Aki. He's
Same.
probably my most favorite character in the show yet. Yeah, he's probably
yeah,
the one. Because it's again Dingy and Power has again they can be killed and that's it. But Aki, he seems like he has some real risks. Again, you can maybe it's also just because I'm a sucker for a good revenge story. But yeah, it's again he's the most human. He's the most human out of the group, and the way he's I feel he's the most relatable.
yeah,
And for Dingy again, there are risks to using the demon power. He needs blood, or he will get weak, and that. But for Aki, it's every time he uses his demon powers, or in that way, it feels like a proper deal with the devil, and in that way, he's very human. Again, there are consequences to using these otherworldly powers. Again, it's good in that regard. And I was actually surprised. First time, I really didn't like him. I really didn't like him in the first episode, or was it in the second? I don't remember. Where he kicked Dingy. I really fucking hated him. But later on, he grew on me. Especially in his relationship with Himeno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you can really feel they have worked together and in some time now at a longer time now, and they just don't want to lose another partner.
Yeah.
They have tried it again, and yeah, I will get to that with all the whole morality thing and that. But yeah, you can feel they have seen some shit, but they have seen it together, and that makes them that makes Aki very relatable. Again, he knows what he talks about, even though he's a dick to Denji about it.
To be fair, Dinty doesn't exactly give off the vibes of being the most respectable person. Like
true.
I would not be good friends with Dinty if I had met him in real life. Honestly, I understand where Aki is coming from.
Why was it? Oh yeah, it's because Aki is basically his watchdog, right? He was
Essentially.
Denji was put in his apartment because Aki needed to have an eye on him, right? If I don't remember
Yeah, something
wrong.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for Aki in that regard.
Like he has the worst job in the show, really.
Yeah, he has the worst job in the show. He really threw the short straw in that bundle.
And he does it all without complaining, or at least not complaining much.
Yeah.
Like so, He's a hard warrior. You gotta give him that. He's a soldier.
Yeah, he's a soldier.
And I love the samurai vibes that they give him. Like they give him the little samurai knot with his hair, and of course he has the
Yeah,
katana.
Yeah.
And I guess
yeah,
that's
his.
yeah. I guess it's supposed to show like how serious he takes this. It's like demon hunting.
Mm,
That's why they give him
mm,
the
Mm.
samurai vibes.
mm,
And we never actually see him use the katana. Like they're building up to it being really impressive once he actually uses the
mm,
katana, but
mm.
we
Mm.
haven't actually seen it yet.
No.
We,
Isn't that because he's gonna? If he uses this, he's gonna die,
like
right?
it takes
Yeah,
away like every time
Yeah.
he. I
Yeah.
think they mention every time he uses it, it takes
yeah,
some years of his life.
yeah.
Hmm.
And he, at that point, he has already used it sometimes, right?
I can't remember if they mentioned that or not, but at the very
Mm.
least, like it will be big. It's a big enough consequence that Himeno like tries to knock him out once he actually
Yeah,
considers using it.
yeah, yeah.
And he actually makes a deal like first with the Fox Devil, where he does that
Mm-hmm.
cone thing. Where it's really cool the
Mm-hmm.
first time they show that.
Oh
And
yeah, that's so cool. That he makes that sign and he looks through the eye and then the fox bites right where he does it. Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, and I love how
Yeah.
like they actually use that to finish off one villain, but then with the next villain, like the final villain, he also uses it, but then it doesn't work. Like to really show the how the like the scale of threat has increased.
Mm,
So like good
Mm.
storytelling there.
yeah,
And then he makes a deal with the I think like the future devil.
yeah, that
Yeah. I
freaky
can't remember
guy.
his name, but it was Future Devil.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, but I really like that design, but we can talk on that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
should we move on from Aki unless you guys have more to add?
Nah, I don't have anything.
No, I'm good.
All right. So Makima,
Yes,
that's a
the
character.
girl who everyone first about the dominatrix with yeah
Hmm. The girl who may
against.
or may not actually be a human. I suspect that she is not human. Like that's my
Yeah.
own
Do
theory,
Same.
you
but I don't know.
do you both?
Yeah, I think she definitely got some dark secrets. I mean,
Yeah.
but I knew that the moment I saw her, she had some dark secrets.
Hmm.
I mean, when you hug a chainsaw devil without being concerned, you have some major powers or
Hmm.
issues.
Yeah. Probably both.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she also
um.
kind of acts like a little bit unhuman in the fact that she's very like unfeeling throughout the
Mm,
entire
Yeah.
show. No matter what happens, she's always just like, oh, well, guess this is happening. I guess I gotta do something about it. I guess.
mm,
Mm.
Mm.
yeah. The thing that freaks me out the most about her is that she really uses her own body or her own attractiveness almost as a valuta, as a currency.
Hmm.
Again,
Mm.
she's willing to go through a lot to get what she wants,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
again. Oh, in that way, the thing you both said about her being a demon, it would fit so well. It would
I
actually
didn't
fit
say
so
she was a
well.
demon. I said she wasn't human.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think
the
she's a
thing.
demon. I think she might be something else. That's just my own theory.
Ooh.
Like I don't know if she's an angel or some other being. I don't know. I don't think she's a demon, but I don't think she's human.
I think it would be more disturbing if they took angels into that this universe. But not
Mm.
an angel. No, she can't.
I would love it. Like angels were also part of this universe, but they were like a different kind of evil. They were kind of like the necessary evil. You know, the thing who like let's kill 1,000 people so that 2,000 people will feel better. You know that kind of evil.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like and that's
like
kind of the thing
demons.
how Makima is to me. Like the
Mm,
necessary evil. Ooh.
mm, yeah,
Which we will also talk about later.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
I don't about her design again?
She comes off as a pretty young woman, which I
Yeah.
think is also the point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for all we know, this is not her true form. We don't know. She could have a, I don't know,
Yeah,
more
that's
evil
true.
looking form.
There could be a third eye behind those bangs.
That could be.
We don't know.
Or maybe her boobs are actually fake. Maybe she wears padding just like Power. Ruining Denji's dreams forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wouldn't that be the big twist?
No! Killed the gun demon.
I
All
was a
padding.
man all along, Denji.
No.
This is what I wanted all along.
Oh, that would be fitting. Oh,
That would be one hell of a twist. I could totally see them do that actually. And then having Denji be like, his reaction would be, what? What have I been fighting for all along this time?
Oops, are not real.
Is anything in this world real? Is the world a lie?
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah.
yeah, but without I think much of her that's worth discussing about her character is stuff that we'll get into in some of the later points. So
Yeah.
should we move on then? I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Himeno.
So she has one of the most disgusting scenes in all of anime that I've ever seen.
Yes!
Put that out there.
Oh my god, thank you!
Oh, the puking.
Yeah, the puking
Okay.
kiss. That was disgusting.
Uh,
The most disgusting thing in this show and possibly any other show.
I mean, I know that they censored it, so I know
This
it's
has been
disgusting.
worse,
Yeah,
honestly.
I thought it was hilarious that they did that.
I actually think the whole did they have intercourse?
No, they didn't.
No.
It didn't. But it was so close, and it's oh my god! Again, I know I'm looking at this as a Western viewer, and I don't have the cultural and understanding. And again, I'm an adult, so I have a very different look at it when she's an adult, right?
Yeah,
She's
I think she's
at
in her early 20s, I think.
yeah,
And
and
Denji is
Denji
16.
yeah. Oh my god! Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Oh. Yeah. I have a problem with that, but we will get to that. She's the most problematic character, but I think that again that works for the show, with the whole morality theme and that. Yeah, her powers are cool. I really like her powers.
Like the Ghost Devil and that. All those hands.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
where
and
all that
the
tragic scene where she in order to defeat the villain,
ooh,
she sacrifices more and more of her body
yeah,
until she
yeah,
doesn't
that's
have
so
the
cool.
left.
Mm,
And what's really tragic about it is that it doesn't work.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool.
And also, they kind of did the whole the Akame ga Kill effect, where we spent a lot of time on her character, on her like becoming friends with Denji, and then we get her backstory,
Oh
and then she
yeah,
dies.
we kill her off.
Yeah, we get her hopes and
Yeah.
dreams, and get to know her, we get to like her, and then they kill her.
I really like that. But
Mm.
I think more shows should do that.
The kill off characters.
Yeah, no, use an episode to really get to know a character and kill them in the next or in the same episodes. It's just it's a special feeling that not many shows grant you.
Yeah, I agree there that not many shonen shows in particular are willing to kill off any of their characters, no matter how minor or anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Gosh.
very rare that they kill off any characters in shonen. But this is the kind of show where, to me, like, everyone can die. Like, I'm expecting that any one of the characters could die at any moment. That's the kind of
Even Denji.
well, maybe not Denji, but all of the other characters.
Yeah. yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
expecting Aki to die any second or any episode now. Like second season,
Yeah.
first episode dies, boom.
Yeah. That I could see that happening too. Yeah.
And I'm also expecting them to come up with the twist that Makima is actually evil. But that's beside the
Uh,
point.
that's seriously. That's just a. Isn't she already evil?
Well, yeah, but evil as in become the villain.
Oh, that then she needs to.
Yeah, like the final boss he has to defeat or something. I don't know.
What would she have to do that so Dingy wouldn't follow her?
I don't know, kill power or something.
Really, I don't think that would do it, man.
Kill innocent kids. I don't know, something like that.
I don't think that would do it, man.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think the promise of the good life with a wife it's too strong. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he showed he doesn't have any morale when it comes to that sort of thing. He just wants to get some food and stay in a home and touch some boobs. That's his only goal. He doesn't care about anything else.
Okay, we do see him try to save civilians when he's fighting the Bat Devil. Come on.
Yeah, but that's not against Makima.
Like
I don't think so either.
That shows Denji has like an idea of morality. Like he doesn't want innocent people to die.
I think he would take the jump. He yeah. I think that's not enough, man. I think he would go full demon on a whole town if Makima asked him.
Wow, you guys have so little faith in our main character.
Yeah, I don't have faith in Denji. He's a dog. But in that regard, he's so very pure. He's so pure. Again, you see what you get.
Yeah.
Well, we got out on a tangent.
Yeah, we were talking about
the slide. Show the slide.
Yeah, are we done with the character analysis then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So blood and violence as entertainment. So yeah, we've already like mentioned this a few times that one of the things that make this show so entertaining is that the gore and the violence gets shown in a way that just becomes so entertaining. Like when he's
it becomes ridiculous.
Yeah, like when the guns flying everywhere and also the scenes where he kicks like first Aki in the nuts and then the katana guy in the nuts.
Yeah.
And it comes out of nowhere, and I have to admit, I laugh my ass off when he kicks Aki in the nuts.
Same. And I remember the elevator scene as well. I mean, that was hilarious. He just kept going and going for like 72 hours.
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, "What? You're giving up now? I was having fun," or something like that. I was just cracking up. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, he just went full berserk mode.
Yeah. It's so good. I actually think when Aki and Dingy said it will be an hour until the police or something comes to get this guy, right?
Yeah.
That means that they kick this guy in the balls for an hour, approximately an hour. It's just, I must say, of a member with that particular digit between my legs, that I feel it. I know that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And that again, it's almost like watching Jackass. You see, it hurts a lot, and in that way, it's entertaining in that way, even though it's fucked up. It's shock. It's almost shock humor.
Yeah, I would say like how you're not expecting it.
No.
Like, because of how like illegal it is, kind of like it's an illegal move. Like how would you do that?
Yeah, it's an illegal move.
and Dingy does it so unapologetically that it's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I wanna, if I'm going to compare, like I said before, like this show uses blood and violence as a form of entertainment. We all in agreement with that. But that's done by like design. You can also have blood and violence used in a way so that it makes you uncomfortable. And
Mm.
the anime I would use as an example for that would be the anime of Elfen Lied.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have you seen that one, Mikkel?
No, I haven't seen that one. So I don't know the reference.
Fair
No,
enough, but
but it's
that's also an anime with lots of blood and gore. Let me tell you that. But
yeah,
it's all
it's
done in a way so that you feel uncomfortable while watching it. Like it's not
mm,
entertaining or fun. It's
mm,
more
mm,
there to increase the drama and show how much of
mm,
a terrible situation this is.
yeah. That's why I really the way the blood and action is used in Chainsaw Man is almost Kill Bill like. It's
Yeah,
very
I agree. That
mm,
Tarantino, he also knows how to use blood and gore as a form of
yeah,
entertainment in
yeah,
all his
exactly.
movies, really.
Yeah. Hmm. Now that we are talking about action and blood and gore, guys feel did you feel when it went from 2D animation to 3D animation? Did it did it trigger? Did you get pulled out of the action? Did it look weird?
Well, for me, no. Like, at no
Mm.
point did I get pulled out of the action. For me.
Mm.
No, me neither.
Okay.
But I'm the
I
guy who
think
was alright with the Naruto versus Pain animation, so I might be a
Yeah,
weird
same,
person.
same, same.
Yeah. Everyone complained about that. I was like, yeah, I think it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
you
feel the
shouldn't
same
pause
way. So
it.
that's probably why it didn't bother us.
Mm.
Yeah.
It bothered me, especially in the in that first zombie.
Fight.
Yeah, yeah. It it, it 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 actually pulled me a little bit out of the story. But later on, I got used to it
I would
because I
also.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you just
it
finished.
no, I just feel I feel sometimes when they go from 2D to 3D, it becomes a little bit more stiff. The animation becomes a little bit more stiff. Um, but again, they can do more with camera angles. So it, I think I remember that every time they go from 2D to 3D, it's again the camera is more static in the 2D, but the action is more the movement is more vibrant. But when they go to 3D, maybe the movement is a bit more static, but the camera is all over the place. Again, that's the strong points of both of both side of the animation. Um,
Mm.
so again, I got used to it, but in the start, it actually took me a little bit out of the story.
Yeah, like what I was saying before, like you mentioned the fight against the zombies. Like I would say that also that the weakest episode in the show is the first episode. Like
Yeah.
in all the points. But
Mm.
that's just normal for first episodes in general.
Yeah, again, they need to set everything up and all
Yeah,
that. They
find out
need
what they
to.
want to do and how to do it and what works, what doesn't
Yeah,
work, all
yeah.
that. I will say though, in terms of the animation in general, I feel like let's just talk about that here because there isn't really any slide for it. I think, like,
Mm.
what the hell is up with Studio Mappa, and
They
why
are
will
just bangers,
like
banger after bangers.
like I'm sorry I ever like said anything bad about Studio Mappa in the past, but they show a single scene with a woman drinking coffee, and it's one of the most beautifully animated scenes I've ever seen.
Mm.
What are they doing?
Mm.
Like,
Again, I think they pay their animation teams in gold bars. There are no other way.
I think what they need to do, they need to give their animation team some time off. Like having slave workers
Yeah, that
is not good for your
probably.
image.
There's no money in that.
True, I guess. It's funny how like I know I think from what I remember like Studio Mappa is apparently an offshoot of Studio Madhouse. Like some people from Studio Madhouse they went off and made their own animation studio, And I guess they were some animators who were like, time off, pauses in work. We don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
the only way we can make this show work is if we sleep under our desks at the whole production time.
Yes.
No other way.
Just noodles and coffee for
Just
5
noodles and
months.
coffee.
And
Jesus
go.
Christ.
All right, I think we're done with half of the first episode.
Yeah.
How long did it take them to make this? I'm genuinely curious. Oh man. So I think we should move on here.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So blood
Blood
morality.
morality.
This one was yours, Vlad.
Yes. Oh yes. Well, I feel it's very realistic if people if their jobs are to kill demons and see horrible shit, it makes a lot of sense that they lose a lot of morality and becomes very bad people and do some horrible shit. In the say for the sake of for their jobs. In that way, I think that all many of the characters are very realistic. I really like it. Again, that's why I actually think the scene where what was she called? Himeno, where she actually took advantage of a drunk dingy. Or a younger man that is stingy for some what should I call it?
Fun time.
Bed gymnastics. That makes sense. She's a person who have worked in this field in a lot of time. Even though Dingy is what I would call a minor, she
So
would
at
take
this
advantage
point,
of her.
Denji isn't human anymore. So does that even work?
It's fucking no. It's still. Yeah. You can make that. Argument, but
Does
again,
the law
he feels
protect
like
half demons or demons or whatever Denji is?
I don't know. Even though he's not a demon, he talks like a person. He was a person. Again, I still think that you would need some twist in your morality to take advantage of such a person. Anyway, again, that's the more sensitive side of blurred morality I want to talk about. Makima and her whole thing with taking those using those eyes to get rid of a lot of criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they even don't they mention that they're the eyes of the people they care about.
Yeah, their wives.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So those people,
children.
for all we know, are innocent. Those eyes are taken from innocent people, for all we know.
Yeah.
And of course, this is to make the Yakuza, I guess, do as they say. And they even have a conversation, the Yakuza boss and Makima, about necessary evil. Where she says, she fully understands the concept of necessary evil. Case in point. And this is also one thing, Letty, that you actually got wrong in your synopsis.
Oh no!
I have to mention here. You said that they work for a corporation. They do not. They work for the state. Makima works for the Japanese government.
Well, it's official.
Yes.
It's official business. It's law-abiding business.
It's not even business. It's it's the government.
It's the
she's
law.
Paid by the politicians.
It's the law.
Politics. And
it's
also,
fucked.
they actually mention. They actually mentioned that Himeno wants her and Aki to become independent. So actually make a demon hunting corporation outside the government. They mentioned that some people do that. But Makima specifically works for the government.
Yeah, but it all makes sense. Yeah, if you have this kind of job, I think a character would be a little bit fucked up, or at least if they work with it in a certain amount of time, they would get some blurred morality, and maybe draw the line a little bit further than a normal human being would.
Yeah, I especially think with this kind of like job, let's call it that, where we saw them like go out and eat like food together, right? And this is the kind of job where you have to expect these people I'm having this conversation with, or I'm enjoying this fun time with, they could die at any moment. This might be the last time I see them, and then there will be someone new. And that kind of having that experience for a long time kind of skews your like normal view on the world. And I can actually, I don't know if I should do this, but I can actually come with a real life example where which I have.
Don't do that, man.
Okay, fine, I won't do that.
Don't bring your personal life into that.
Not even my personal life, just an example from the real world.
Oh,
with
well,
like
yeah,
similar
just
jobs.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, like for example, if you're someone who works in a retirement home, right? You live at a place where you have a lot of elder people, and everyone who comes in, if you work there, you kind of, there's an expectation that these people will die before long. And if you work at that kind of place for a long time, then it can happen that these people that comes and goes, they just become new names that you have to take off the board. And then they stop like being people. They just become numbers and names on the board that you have to change every now and then.
Yeah, I can imagine that it will become hard to, again, to always know that, I'm not gonna send. This is not a stop for anyone. This is the last stop.
Yeah.
For probably many people who comes here. Again, I wouldn't. I would definitely not imagine that you would get a blurred morality, but it would definitely be. It would definitely be a weight on your heart for a long time.
Yeah, like, and also
in a long time.
Yeah, and you wouldn't like see people as like each person is unique and super important. Like they're just one, and their death is a super big tragedy. You would just see like it's just one among many that I have to go through.
I don't know if I think that, but again, I think it would weigh on different people in different ways.
Well, obviously, like different people have different reactions.
Yeah,
that's the same thing with this kind of job, I would say.
Yeah, of course. Again, but it could weigh. It could show in many different ways, but it would probably weigh on people in any way. Yeah. So blurred morality.
You have anything to add, Mikkel?
Come again?
I asked if you had anything to add.
Not anything we haven't covered. I mean, morality. Okay. I think we covered most of it that I can think of.
All right, fair enough. You guys don't feel that there is too much animal abuse in this show?
How many? The cats?
Well, we have 2 cats and 1 dog. And so,
but isn't that more like survival? Talking about Power, right? When she's funding.
Well, there's Power and her cat Meow, and then there's Denji, of course.
Okay.
Well, Denji is.
I wouldn't call it abuse. I would call it more like survival.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Of course, nobody likes animal gets hurt, but I would call it more survival than abuse.
No. All right. So character design. This one was yours, Mikkel.
Yeah, I just thought we should cover these because I really enjoyed the show because of the character. I think it was really like every character is like unique in its own way, especially the demons. I mean, I always love Japanese demons in anime. I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
And this show particularly, I felt it was really cool. Each theme was like, oh, what's this? And is it a big guy or can I defeat it or stuff like that? I mean, I really enjoyed this part.
Mm.
Of course,
Yeah.
Denji is probably my favorite. I mean, the Chainsaw Man. I mean, when I see a picture, it just looks ridiculous. I was like, how is that gonna work?
Yeah.
I mean, and then you watch it. I mean, it still doesn't make sense, but
No.
because I don't know if it's how they animate it or something like that, but it just makes sense when you're watching it. But when you see a
Mm,
picture, it's like, what is this?
yeah.
Yeah.
And how can you breathe and live like that?
It actually the Dinge's Chainsaw Man design. It almost looks like something a kid would draw.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
Yeah.
oh, this is Chainsaw Man. He has a chainsaw for hands, but he also have a chainsaw on his head. So,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, let's sell it. So in that way, it's very, it's so. In that way, it's very childish, but it's so cool in that way too.
Yeah.
It really hits a very childish coolness.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. I'd agree, and I really love the way that they designed the demons. I think those designs really stand out. And what I really love about it is that all the designs in a way make sense based on what kind of demon they are.
Hmm.
Like the bad demon, giant bat. Like that's kind of the most
Yeah.
boring of the design. But then we have like the ghost demon, who's like this classic like Japanese ghost with many hands and
Hmm.
and we have the zombie demon, who's like
Hmm.
I, hard to describe, like zombie but kind of over the top and
Hmm.
weird. The eternity demon or devil, whatever, which
Oh,
is
the Eternity Demon.
I
Yeah.
love what they did with that, with all
Future
those
Demon.
like eternity signs and stuff. It was pretty
Yeah.
clever.
Hmm.
And what was that called? The thing that liked the bat demon. What was that called again?
The Worm Demon.
Was that a worm demon?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was a worm. Was it a worm?
I
Or
don't think it was a
slug? No, not
worm. I think it was
slug.
something else.
Yeah.
Leech.
Yeah, leech. I think it was yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Blood,
leech
the
demon.
blood-sucking worm thing.
Yeah.
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 That thing looked ugly as heck. Like ugh.
Yeah.
But it worked
Yeah.
perfectly.
So cool. Yeah.
Then of course there's the future devil, which I'm not sure what to make of that.
Yeah. Again, we haven't seen much of him yet. Again, but I think the thing I most like about the future devil it's actually the personality because again Aki walks into this room with this almost Lovecraftian inspired what the fuck should we call it and the personality is just very in some way very relatable. He almost looks like he just wants a good. He almost sounds like he just wants a good time. But it's such a strong contrast to how he looks.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
I would also say it's strong contrast to what we've seen of demons so far. So you're not expecting it, especially how they're building him up. Like they're building him up to being like this super evil demon that will take half your life or something like. But then he's just a fun-loving dude who just, no, I want to see you die in a grand way. That'll be the deal. I just want to be in your eye and wait till you die so I can watch it.
Yep.
I mean, I guess we all need a hobby.
Yep. That's his.
One thing that we have, one guy that we haven't talked about. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of him here. The katana dude. I really the katana. Dude. I like how that it's supposed to be kind of like dingy, but just with katanas instead. And it's kind of a simple choice, but I think it really works for this. The way they use the character.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I also think it works. Again, it's a cool design. And he has katanas for hands, but actually, I think I really like really like the symmetry of his head katana being on the side. It again, it's I don't know. It makes him. It again. It makes him on. It's a this it feels like it's a design with no reason for some again, because most of all life of all life on planet on this planet is symmetrical on both sides, but again in his way he's not symmetrical. He has the cutting side on one side of his face, and again the blunt side on the other side of his face. That makes the design unbalanced, and in that way his psyche is unbalanced. It in that way works. So yeah, again, he mirrors Dingy, but he's more unbalanced for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that vibe as well. That he's the opposite of Denji. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has that hatred for him because he was he like the grandson of the mafia boss?
Yeah, he was the grandson of the mafia boss that screwed over Denji there at the beginning, and then he has the weirdest like morality compass where he says like, my grandfather was actually a good guy. He might have killed a few kids here and there, but he was actually all in all a good guy. And how dare you murder him, Denji? You are such a terrible person. That was the weirdest stuff ever. I was like, dude,
that's true.
What?
Ooh, again, we have talked a little bit about the most favorite characters of the 5 character designs we have talked in depth of. But what are your favorite? What are you two favorite demon design?
Ooh, demon design.
Demon design.
The easy one would be the Chainsaw Man. So you can't choose that one.
I mean, I was gonna say Katana Man, but he's kind of similar to Chainsaw Man. But I would say the zombie devil. I like that as well.
Yeah. What about you,
If I had to
Matt?
pick one.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Eternity Devil.
Good choice.
And the Future Devil as well.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I really just like the big mean bat.
The Bat Devil, really? The most basic.
He's just a big
all
mean
the
bat,
devils?
man. Yeah, that's what he is. He's the bat demon, and he's a big mean bat. It's a very honest design, and it works for some reason.
And
but I would say he got the most personality as well. I mean, he had a lot of personality.
Oh yeah.
And he was the first bad guy to Chainsaw Man, so. I wait to the zombie, but he was the second one, and he was really a cool dude, I think.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. We still haven't talked about the 2 most impressive demons in the series. There's the Tomato Devil, the first demon that we see Denji kill.
Yeah.
And then there's that other devil that Power kills when we first introduced to her. What was that thing again?
I don't remember it because it was mush the second after.
Yeah.
So
fast. Oh, wasn't it? I remember it wasn't the blueberry demon or something.
It wasn't blueberry. It was something like what did it called? Like those things in the sea, like
sea urchin.
Not sea urchin, but
clam.
No, it's a thing you can eat, but it's at sea instead.
Is it the fish?
No, it's the vegetable that has. There's a vegetable version.
Seaweeds?
No.
Marshmallow devil, I think.
Marshmallow devil?
I don't know.
Again, it was mush the second after it was shown, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I really like the world that if it's in any way something someone can fear, even though it's silly, it can be a demon.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I love the power scaling that they do, where depending on how much fear in the world that there is of this demon, the more powerful it is, or the weaker it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
like they mentioned that a coffee devil wouldn't be very strong, but then something like Ghost Devil would be strong, or Bat Devil, or Zombie, or Chainsaw,
Yeah.
and that's of course why the Gun Devil is the most powerful
one
devil
of the
so
strong.
far.
Yeah. Oh, actually, one thing I was a little bit confused by: why before Denji got hands on what was the dog demon
Pochita.
Pochika? Yeah, before he became Chainsaw Man with Pochika.
Mm.
Why was Pochika so small?
Okay,
Again.
we have something here that where it's implied that based on what the Eternity Devil says to Denji, like I'm disappointed, like you're so much weaker now, Chainsaw, than you were before, something like that. And so it's implied that Pochita is like his power is sealed or something. And there is that last. Remember that last scene in one of the last scenes in like the last episode or something, where Denji is dreaming and he's in front of a door where Pochita is behind that door.
Oh.
I think there's something to
Yeah.
that where like Pochita used to be much more powerful in the past, but something happened to him which made him weaker, and then he met Denji or something.
Yeah, because it was also wounded when
When
Denji began.
meets him,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
So read the manga if you want to know more, I guess,
Yeah,
or desperately hope for a season 2.
yeah. That's better be season 2. Mappa is thankfully not one of the studios that
That
makes
hates
one season
sequels.
and yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Maybe that's why they left Madhouse. They don't like sequels.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
No, I think we've gone way over what we could talk about here, so let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah, fantasy elements in real life setting. This is one of mine, and the one thing I really love about this show is that it's actually supposed to be happening in like a real life setting, but with these fantasy or fictional elements kind of like shut in. So it's asking themselves, so in real life, if these things existed, like how would that change like governments, countries, and like the world? And then I think it has an interesting take on it, where, for example, they mention, like we said before, that the more feared a devil is, the more powerful it is. So one thing they do that we find out is that there's a lot more like censoring of news and the like in the world, like gun violence, for example. In order to depower the gun devil, gun violence is very much like censored in the news, much more than it would be in the real world. And also the fact that we mentioned, okay, we don't actually know what time this is happening in, but it's definitely happening in the past because they mentioned the Soviet Union is still around.
Huh.
Yeah, and also some of the
Okay.
TVs are kind of old if you look at them. So it's actually happening in the past. And then they also mentioned that some governments in the world, like the Soviet Union and the United States, are trying to like militarize these devils
Ooh.
as a military weapon. And also the fact that these devil hunters, that both the government like has a devil hunter like organization that's under it, and then there's also like those who are freelance and hunt devils and sell their organs on the black market, like devil like Denji was doing for the Yakuza at the beginning. So I just like how we had these fantasy elements, and then we have take how are they used in the real, like in how would they function in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like what they have done in the show. That it's many times when a fantastical element is taken into a realistic world or um, something that resembles the world as it is right now. They very often make the fantastical element a secret or something only some people knows, and every time it's dealt with some special forces that what's that called? They quarantine the place so no outsiders can look and see what's happening.
That they
That
remove the memories of the people that saw it or something.
yeah.
Mm.
Again, I really like that they have incorporated that. Oh, it's a everyday thing. It's again. Sometimes it feels it's a bit cheap to do it the other way again if it's something secret, and because how does it really affect the world then?
Yeah,
Because the world works as it does in our own, but
Mm.
we just have this fantastical thing that is almost feels separate. It's very yeah. It it feels like shoved in, but in the Chainsaw Man, it feels incorporated in the world. And again, yeah,
Mm.
as you talked, Mass, that it has a effect on the news and the politics and all that. It's clever.
yeah,
I really like it.
yeah. I like
Mm.
that. I think you
Yeah.
also mentioned that there are like laws in place about like what you are allowed to do with demons and like how you are
Mm.
allowed to
Yeah.
hunt it and how you're not allowed to hunt it, something like that.
Mm.
Like they also like they
Yeah.
see that Denji is given like a special like badge for being like official devil hunter. So that means that like other like regular police will have to like allow them into the scene of the devil crime, whatever I should call it. So
Mm.
they kind of like officialize everything, and I like that. I think it's clever, and like you said before, the whole having there being like two separate worlds. Then there's the magical world, and then there's the Muggle world.
Yeah,
The Harry Potter effect, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, Harry Potter effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a little bit lame, maybe, or a little bit
Yeah.
cheap.
Mm. Yeah.
What do you think, Miguel?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, but I was always wondering about, what's the line with these demons? Because
Mm.
you have to hunt them, but at the same time, you have to like make contract with them. I mean, they have like the future devil in prison, and they can make like contract with him. What's the deal there? I'm
Mm.
hoping they will explore that in the season 2, maybe. But I just find it strange that a demon would agree to this if he's still in prison.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it might.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming into theory territory here, of course,
Mm.
but I think it also might have to do with the nature of the demon. Like I think some demons, based on their nature, would be more violent than others.
Mm.
Like the Bat Devil loves drinking blood from
Mm.
humans, so that one would be more violent and would be less inclined to work with humans. While it
Mm.
mentioned
Mm.
that some of the other demons, like the fox demon, that apparently contracts a lot of humans,
Mm.
actually has a fondness for some humans.
Mm.
So I think
Yeah.
that it's the kind of the thing where there are some demons who are just completely hostile and must be killed, and then there are other demons who aren't like as hostile because of their nature, and then we can work with those. And
Yeah.
but again, we're into like theory territory, so we don't know. They will
Yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah.
explore it
They're
further.
definitely going to cover this in the later seasons. But I was
Yeah.
just wondering
Yeah.
Mm.
why they
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, but it is a good point, Mikkel. That it would be interesting to see how does a demon become a contractor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, how does all that business? I don't imagine the future demon just going into the to the government and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
want some power, kids?"
No.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how that works.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those things with like both. Okay, power is a demon, and she's
Yeah.
working for the government because if she doesn't work for the government, they will kill her. So it might also be kind of the same thing with some of the other demons, where like, okay, I'm tired of you guys hunting me. Can we kind of make a deal? You guys won't kill me, and I'll help you.
Mm,
Mm.
Might also be something like that. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
we will have to
could be.
assume that those demons that make a contract, they get something out of this. I mean, they have to. The humans have to pay off parts of either their body or their life for these
Mm,
contracts.
Mm.
But other than that, how much do the demons really get out of this?
Yeah.
Because I can
point.
imagine if we take the bad devil, could it make a contract with someone then you have to like pay with blood? Would that be more cost effective than just going around killing people and drinking them, thus getting hunted?
Don't know, man. He looks thirsty as fuck.
That he does.
Yeah.
I don't think that would suffice him, at least.
But he also has particular taste. Like he is very critical about different kind of
yeah,
blood.
I really like that whole monologue while he flies. That a virgin, babies.
Yes,
Like-
baby
like-
blood.
Yes,
Delicious.
it's almost like he's to a wine tasting or something. Yes,
Yeah.
it was born this year.
Also,
Yeah.
one thing I wonder, like, when it comes to demons, they essentially mention that it's the fear of of the concept that creates these demons, right? That's they mention. Which is why the gun devil got born in America, because that's where the most fear of gun violence is.
Oh
Yeah, of course. And
Yeah, no,
so,
it's not bad, but continue. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
so
I know where you're going.
yeah, so if you kill a demon, like, can the demon then respawn because there will still be fear of this concept in the world?
Huh.
Like, is this a never-ending battle, or will the demon just never respawn again? Because, like,
Good point.
like, no matter how many times you kill the tomato devil, as long as tomatoes exist, won't there still be I guess the fear of tomatoes isn't that big, but won't the tomato devil just come back to life again?
It would. The thing I thought about, it would be interesting to see a demon be born. Of how do they come to how do they come to exist? Is it just they spawn in like Minecraft creepers or something else? Is it some grand thing that they make a black hole when they appear or something? Again,
we've
how-
gone off track, so let's move on.
Yeah.
So this is
sorry,
yours left. Is he too horny?
Oh, is he too horny? Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. He's definitely too horny.
He's definitely too horny. At least for his own, own good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can become too much sometimes, I think, but but damn, if it isn't entertaining.
Yeah, this is where either you're going like, oh, they're doing this again, or you're going, oh, that's so funny. Like,
Yeah. I can see myself say that to myself if they do it as much as they have done it in season one in another season, because now they have established his needs and his wants now. Again, I don't know if it. No, you know what? I will hold my tongue. What do you think about it, Mads?
okay, I am of the opinion that we've almost gone over it, that it can be funny at times, but it also can make me go kind of like, eh. Like, Denji as a character is, I will give them points for having him not be like the regular shonen protagonist, but his being after like his tits, like as he says here there.
Yeah.
And like it can be kind of like, I'm not really rooting for this character so much.
No, exactly. You're not really rooting for this character.
No.
So it's kind of like, it's funny, but it's not something that I can like praise in that regard as a character trait. What do you think, Nico?
I mean, it's kind of the same. I mean, but he is usually too horny, like halfway through the season, and then the other half he's like stepping up and actually trying to do like more. What do you say? More hero
Heroic
stuff,
stuff.
if you could call it that. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, in halfway,
business.
yeah. But I wouldn't say it gets too much. I mean, because it's only halfway through the season he does this, and then he's kind of changing. And I did kind of find it funny that once he achieved this goal, he was like, "What's the point of my existence?" He's like, "What can I do now?" When he finally touched the tits, he was like completely in
when he
life
touched
crisis.
the
I just
power
found that a little
stats.
hilarious. He couldn't find out what to do now. I kind of enjoyed that because it was so stupid. He was like, I can't live anymore. I don't know what to do.
Now he actually needs to think what will he do from this point out.
Yeah.
What is his needs now?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he found out he just needs to cooch. He needs to go from tits to cooch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meets Makimas,
I think he if I'm not wrong, he wants to be with Makima, but he wants her to be with him too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That is his goal.
That is cool.
Yeah, but they come to a point where like he explains to Makima that his dreams are shared and he doesn't know when he wants to do it. Like yada. Then Makima tells him something like you get a lot more like out of it if you're actually like know the person you're doing it with, and like there needs to be mutual. Yeah. He goes through a whole spiel about why having love with her is the greatest thing that would ever happen to him, and then without actually saying it, and then Denji is all in.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Him involved. Yeah.
Look, I don't think he's ever gonna get it with Makima. I'm just gonna say it.
No.
Does anyone here think he's gonna get it with Makima?
That would be the end of the series. Seriously.
You know, maybe that's gonna be what turns Denji against Makima. She's gonna go back on them having sex, and then then Denji's like, "You fiend! You were evil all along, just like I thought. I must stop your evil plans." Or something. I don't know. Like do a complete 180.
Yeah, or she says she doesn't want to get married, or she reveals that she only used.
She was already married or something.
Yeah.
Like she has a boyfriend.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
And that's a demon. We find that out. Or something.
Oh.
What would be the ultimate enemy of a chainsaw? The bush? The bush demon.
The bush demon.
Like what do you usually use a chainsaw against? The bush.
The log demon.
Ooh, the log demon.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Now I'm just imagining all the different demons that we're gonna meet in the future.
Yes.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh yes, the trifecta and the ultimate trifecta: the rock, scissor, and paper demon.
Ooh.
Always in fighting. Yeah.
But then I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna say something. I'll say something to that later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we agree that he can be a bit horny at times, but we also agree that it can be entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay. Demon power. Here we go. This was yours, Mikkel.
Yeah, I mean we kind of covered most of it, not most of it, but some of it. Yeah, because I was actually going to ask about like the contracts and stuff like that, or if you even enjoy some of the powers. Because I think they're really cool, some of the powers, especially Makima's. I'm kind of curious about her power.
Yeah.
The way she talk about convicts' name, and then she can actually kill them if he has like a sacrifice. I thought that was kind of cool, and you have no idea what's going on.
I love one of the people she used the powers on, and she was like, "This bullshit power can only be Makima," and the power is kind of OP. Like, admittedly, they had to do a lot to like activate the power, but once they got it activated, that's really, as far as we've seen, there's nothing you can do against it. Like they both had to like go to a shrine, and they had to be like the highest point that they could find, and they needed those people, convicts, to sacrifice in order to make it work. And I guess they also needed the names of the people to use it against. So
I mean,
So that's a lot of things you need in order to make the power work. But the power itself was OP.
Is one thing more? Is her power? Is that the same? is that power? Is that the same thing that makes her? Don't know if she's immortal, but is that the same power that makes her at least
Bulletproof?
bulletproof? Yeah, non-die for good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
is
don't
that
know.
the same thing, or is it a byproduct of her being something else or something?
Again, Magima
That's a
is a
good
big
question. Yeah.
question mark right now. So
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
more questions than answers when it comes to Magima.
Yeah.
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 So
I
But
stay
didn't she
excited for.
die? Didn't she die? I thought she did die, but she was just resurrected or something like that.
Yeah.
maybe?
It looked like she did get
Yes.
shot in the head.
Yeah, she looked
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
who was dead and then came back to life, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So maybe
Mystery.
that's not even her real form. Maybe she can just change appearance or something
Oh.
like that. Yeah.
maybe.
Oh. Mysteries
Yeah.
on mysteries.
There's a lot of mystery about this woman.
Oh yeah,
I like
Yeah.
that.
I would say like the
Mm,
mystery of Magima is one of the things that would draw me into watching the next season, honestly. Like
mm.
I think the mystery
Mm.
of Magima is one of the best things the show has going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
And wow, there was something that I almost mentioned in the last thing we were talking about. I wanted to say that here, but now I can't remember
You
what
lost
it.
it.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I got it
Oh.
now. Okay,
Oh,
it
you got
was
it.
to the demons, where they
Mm-hmm.
mentioned something like, okay, so we have the concept of a gun devil, right? And they mentioned a
Mm.
katana devil, like the guy he uses the
Mm-hmm.
power of the katana devil. But what about something that has a relation to those things? Like, okay, gun devil, is that just all guns? But what about individual guns? Do they also have a devil?
Oh,
Like
so
revolver
you're
devil, something, machine gun devil.
the,
Mm.
the fucking bazooka devil.
Yeah, or is that just all combined into the gun devil? Is it just all guns?
Mm.
But if we
Yeah,
take
that's a good question. It's a really mystery about this demon. I mean,
yeah,
we don't know anything about it,
yeah,
It
but we just
depends.
know it killed like what, like 500,000 or 1,000,000 people
mm,
in like seconds. So we know it's really powerful.
yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna assume that with the gun devil, it's like the fear of all guns into one. But
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
that mean that there are like lesser versions of it where it's just individual guns, maybe? Oh,
Mm.
It. I guess it depends on if people has a fear for a particular gun
yeah, but apparently
or
they have a
particular weapon.
yeah, because if we take the katana devil as an example, that is
Hmm?
a specific kind of sword. Does that mean there's a sword devil
Maybe.
that's
Yeah.
even more powerful?
Mm. Yeah.
Yes.
The same thing with the
Some.
chainsaw, I guess. Like, is Denji
Yeah.
just the chainsaw devil, and what about individual kinds of chainsaws? Or am I thinking too much
Mm.
about this? I don't know.
Yeah. You're going into fearception, man.
Maybe.
Mm.
Like, are there different kind of tomato devils for all the
Oh
different
no!
tomatoes?
Red, yellow, and green tomatoes. No.
Mm. And what about the movie devil? Does that mean there's also a devil for each individual movies that also are a fear of? How many devils are there?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the concept,
Oh,
this entire concept, you could take it so far. Like,
I
it's
think.
endless, honestly.
Ooh, a good concept for a devil. It would be the monster under your bed devil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! It could be everything. It could be fucking anything.
Now I'm just thinking, like, there's a numbers devil. But then there's also the fear of individual
Ooh,
numbers. And then does that mean, like, there's a
ooh.
number one devil, and a number two devil, number three devil,
Eh,
number a million devil? I don't know.
oh no.
Again, these are the things that makes me think about with the
Mm.
vagueness of how this works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
think I think that's one of the strong points of the show. That it's it's a concrete idea enough that we don't just brush it off, but it's vague enough that you can really get creative with it.
mhm,
Hmm.
Mm.
yeah,
What would be a cool devil, Mikkel?
What would be a cool devil? I mean, a nuclear demon would definitely be fucking crazy. if guns can do that much damage, imagine like a nuclear devil or lightning devil. I mean, stuff like that.
But then comes the question:
Yes.
Is the fear of nuclear weapons higher than the fear of guns?
Mm.
It would be the nuclear. It would be the nuclear devil, but it would be at the size of a tin box or something.
Honestly, I would argue that there are more fear of bats in the world than there are of nuclear weapons. Just because more
Yeah.
people have experienced like some bad happenings with bats, then the
Mm.
idea of nuclear weapons is very much concept based. Because no one alive today has really experienced nuclear weapons, like in a way.
Yeah, but you can still fear something without having
Yeah, but then
experienced
now
it.
we're talking about like the combined fear of the entire planet. Then there are more people who
Oh,
would
you're
be
right.
afraid of bats than there would be of the idea of a nuclear attack.
Ooh, if we take that idea, the fear of vehicles,
That would be a pretty strong devil.
that would be a fucking strong
Yeah,
devil.
like the car crash devil.
We have a car crash devil. Fuck.
Yeah, like that would be a pretty strong devil. In that
Yeah.
regard, like the nuclear devil might not actually be that strong, even though it has to do with nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Or what if like
Like something people are scared of, like a bug or like a spider devil, stuff like
yeah, a
that. Something
spider
that
devil
just
would be
can.
very powerful.
Yeah.
I don't. It will probably come. The fear, the spider devil will. We will
Uh,
probably see that. Ooh.
Now I'm looking
I'm
forward to
not
like
looking forward.
the
No.
something like the disease devil or sickness devil. This is
Ooh.
representing disease.
Yeah.
What about the devil? Like the fear of devils?
The devil.
What would that
Oh.
look like?
Oh damn. Yeah, in this world, there must be fear of devils
Yeah.
themselves.
Mm.
Huh. Yeah. That. Oh no.
Yeah.
I can feel the devilception. It's taking over. Oh no.
Yeah. Again, you could just take this and just go bananas with it. Like take this
Uh.
concept and go wherever you
Mm.
want with it.
Yeah.
So, demon power. Yeah, it's a really neat way they use the demon power in the show, and I
Mm,
like that the power
Mm.
scaling makes sense essentially
mm,
for the most part.
mm.
Mm.
And
Yeah. And it's something. It's a good concept that can be built upon.
yeah,
Mm.
and I like
Yeah.
that there's a cost to using the powers. Like the more demon power you use, the more you have to give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So, you guys want to add something? We kind of gone to
Yeah.
this
We went
thing.
off rails here.
Now, also we mentioned
Yeah.
like different parts of this throughout
Yeah.
Yeah.
the I don't know the show.
But I am actually kind of curious why Denji is so unique with his power. I mean, why is Makina so upset with him because he doesn't feel that strong compared to her.
Mm. I think it's
Yeah.
more to do with
Uh,
like quality, like quantity. Like it's not that Denji is especially powerful, but like he's one soldier that she has among many. The more the
Mm,
merrier.
mm,
And also,
mm,
like we said before, where you have to, in order to use a devil's power in those devil's contract, you have to give something.
mm,
Like we don't know
mm.
if every time Makima uses her power, she's actually giving something or other.
mm.
So
Yeah,
we,
that's true.
yeah, and I assume there are only so many like criminals that she can sacrifice, like in Japan. I don't know how many criminals they have on hand,
Mm,
but I can only assume there are only so many that she's allowed to
mm.
sacrifice to kill people.
Yeah,
Mm.
Then it makes sense to have people like Denji in the field who can just kill without.
yeah.
And
But we
also,
have we have to but we have to remember with her because she used that power because she was far away from Denji. Maybe she can do something up close as well.
definitely.
We haven't covered that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Again, Magma is a big question mark, so we don't know.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't actually think that Makima expects Denji to be able to kill the Gun Devil. But I think from Makima's perspective, it's just, hey, if he succeeds, great. If he doesn't, well, that's just one more person that
Mm.
died working for me.
Mm.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think that Makima really doesn't give a damn about Denji. Like he's just a weapon that she's using to kill demons.
Yeah.
He's one of many pawns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I think she cares just as much about Denji as he does about Aki and everyone else. Honestly, they're just a number to her.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any more to add to demon powers. Do you guys?
No,
No,
I'm good.
Yeah, all right. We're done.
Hey!
So, yeah, we're gonna find out what we're going to talk about next time. And for that, we need the Wheel of Fate. And
Wheel of Fate.
I have to. I
the
forgot
fear
to
of
bring
the fear
it
of
up.
wheels. The wheel day demon.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? Spin the wheel. Oh,
Oh,
all right. It's me.
Hey.
So I'm going to pick the next anime we're going to watch, and it's going to be. Are you ready for this? The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Death.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know,
Okay.
right?
That's a long
What? What'd you say?
It's a long title.
Yeah, that it is. It has 12 episodes, and well, I'm not going to spoil what it's about.
No. We're gonna take that to the next time.
Yes. So, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and to also comment. This has been the Anime Masters of the Apocalypse, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.